What's going on, guys? In this video we're gonna talk about what's going on with Johnson & Johnson, why they are dividing their company, what business segments they're trying to split to, and if it makes any sense for this company to be splitting, and what are the benefits to this. Johnson & Johnson is one of the most iconic companies in the US. They have a long history since they were founded in 1886. Founded by three brothers, James Wood Johnson, Edward Mead Johnson, and Robert Wood Johnson, creating a line of ready-to-use sterile surgical dressings. Nowadays, they are the creators of brands that we all use, such as Tylenol, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Listerine. Johnson & Johnson is currently ranked as number 36 on the 2021 Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by total revenue. It's one of the most valuable companies in the world, and according to an article from Fortune, Johnson & Johnson is one of the two companies in the US with a AAA credit rating. Just to give you a quick explanation, this AAA credit rating is the best rating that can be given to a company. It represents the credit worthiness of their bonds. The higher the rating, it means that the company has a lower risk of defaulting, so when buying bonds, there is an extremely high chance that this company is going to meet its financial obligations. Now, let's take a look at the meat of this video. Johnson & Johnson is planning to separate their consumer health division that consists on Band-Aids and baby powder from its pharmaceuticals and medical devices business. The main reason is that as they explain, is because their businesses and markets have been changing widely in the last couple of years, and specifically even more after COVID-19. So let's take a deeper look at their financial reports so we can better understand what's going on behind this decision. Again, if we look at their business, we can see that, I'm sorry if it's a little bit too small, but this is their financial report. They explain here that they have approximately 134,000 employees. The company's primary focus is products related to human health and well-being, and Johnson & Johnson was incorporated in the state of New Jersey in 1887. So again, if we look at their segments of businesses, the company is organized into three business segments. The first business segment is consumer health. The products, which are products focused on personal health care used in the skin, health, beauty, and over-the-counter medicines, baby care, oral care, women's health, and wound care markets. Again, it comprises a very, very big portion of the market. For example, some of these are, for example, in the skin health and beauty, they have Aveeno, Clean and Clear, Neutrogena. In the over-the-counter medicines, they have Tylenol. In the baby care products, they have Johnson's and Aveeno Baby. In the oral care, they have Listerine. They also have major brands in women's health, such as Stay Free and Carefree. And I guess, their initial product, which is the wound care Band-Aid. And the and Neosporin, which is, a line of first aid products. Then they have the pharmaceutical branch, which is focused on 6 therapeutic areas, which is immunology, infectious diseases, neuroscience, oncology, cardiovascular and metabolism, pulmonary hypertension. So these are, medicines in this segment are distributed directly to retailers, wholesalers, hospitals, and healthcare professionals for prescriptions use. Finally, they have their medical device segment, which includes a broad range of products used in the interventional solutions, orthopedics, surgery, and vision fields. So after looking at this, basically we're trying to understand, what are their business segments. We can see that they are very different. And now looking at the financials, we can see a little bit more of what's going on behind them. Now, I love these statements because they explain so much about the company, and this is what they report to the public. So they have to be precise and, they have to be honest in what they're reporting. So if we look at their segments of businesses and how they are divided, we can see, in this screen, we can see that from the left to right, we can see 2018, 2019, and then 2020. And then here on the left, we can see their consumer health division: OTC, skin health, beauty, oral care, baby care, and the ones that we mentioned previously. So we can see that their biggest segment is their OTC, which are the medicines like Tylenol, for example, and how it's been growing from 2018 till 2020. Also, again, their skin health and beauty has also actually decreased in the last year. Not by much, but it decreased, and we can see the volume in sales. So these volumes are in millions. So in OTC, they sold $2.4 billion pretty much on sales. So the most important part of this table is how we can see the summary here at the end of the total consumer health and how it's been growing. And we can see that, for example, the change between 2020 and 2019, it's only been 1.1%. It's not been that much. Well, if they split it up between the US, they did 9%, but they had they shrinked 4.6% worldwide, giving a total of 1.1% growth. If we look at their pharmaceutical business segment, we can see again here all the medicines that it's comprised of. Again, immunology are all these, infectious diseases are all these, and again, using the same structure from 2018 here, 2019, and 2020. Here's the 2020. I put some like red lines here so we don't get lost. But the point is that worldwide, they have, so oncology, so worldwide, they increased, their total pharmaceutical sales increased by 8% worldwide. So we can see how from making $23 billion, now they're making $25 billion in revenue. So we can see how the big difference in growth, 8% versus 1%, especially in the pharmaceutical area. And finally, we have the medical devices comprised of, diabetes care, interventional solutions, orthopedic surgery, and their growth was only 0.6%. This is finally, they have their income or losses before taxes. And here's where they report that they actually had a loss in consumer health products in 2020 of $1 billion, but then they made, on the pharmaceutical branch, they made $15 billion, and medical devices, $3 billion. So again, for a total of $17 billion. Now, we can see that this business segment of pharmaceutical, it's much larger than the consumer health segment. And also, it's a little bit more volatile. Of course, after the pandemic, a lot of things changed, and they had a lot of more sales in the pharmaceuticals branch. But that's why they want to divide these three segments. In conclusion, I believe that it is a great idea to separate these business segments, mainly because of their difference in growth and difference in volatility. We have a very stable business in the consumer products, but the pharmaceuticals is a little bit more volatile and can give them more revenue. But again, I believe that it's a good idea to have them separate them. The consumer's health segment doesn't have a huge projected growth, mainly because it's a very mature business. However, the pharmaceutical arm is a much more volatile business, but again, can give them much more revenue. So I believe that by separating these business segments, it is a good idea because they will be able to focus on their performance more specifically on these very different business models and business segments. And this example is very similar to what's happening with General Electric, which seems that these corporations are under pressure of simplifying their businesses. That is all for today, guys. If you got any value from this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.